In this screencast, I'm going to show you how to take the ISO images that we downloaded in the last screencast and burn them to CDs and DVDs to create disks from which you can install Linux. To begin, open the folder where you downloaded the ISO files, and you'll see them here. This is the Fedora DVD, the Fedora Live CD, the SUSE Genome Live CD, and the Ubuntu Desktop Live CD. These can all be installed, and these are all installable media once you get them burned to CDs or DVDs, respectively. In order to burn them to CD or DVD, you're going to need burning software. Now, if you have Vista or System 7, that's easy to do because these two come with a burn program called Disk Image Burner. And in order to burn to, we'll start with the live ISO here. We'll burn it to a DVD. All you have to do is double left click the ISO file and you'll start the Disk Image Burner program. To start the burning process, simply click Burn and it'll start recording to the disk. This takes a little time, so I'm going to hit pause right now. We'll come back when we're finished. Okay, and the disk burned successfully. All you have to do now is click close and you've got a freshly burned CD or DVD ISO disk that you can then install Linux. You can boot to this disk and then put Linux onto your system. We're going to do this again using the DVD ISO, and for those of you that do not have System 7 or Vista and have other you have to use other third-party software. Some of you may have other software that came with your PC, such as Nero or Nero Express or CD Creator. If you don't have one of those, if you bought your system or built it from scratch, you may not have one of those. One of the programs I like for Windows for burning DVDs and CDs is a program called Infrarecorder, which you can get online for free, which is very cool. Okay, if I can get my memory to catch up to my machine here. If you go to Google and you do a Google for Infrarecorder, you can download it. And if you click the downloads link here, just download the installer for Windows 2000 XP and Vista. It also works in System 7, but we're assuming all you have is XP. It works in XP. And that click takes you to SourceForge. You save the file. And I've already downloaded this once, which is why you see a 2 here. It will obligingly check for viruses, Windows Defender at work there. And within a few seconds it will tell you that it's done and that it's virus free. There it is. That's about how long it takes. And so you can go ahead and we'll go ahead and minimize the browser here. I'm going to delete this second instance of Infrarecorder because I don't need 2 of them. I just did that to show you where to get it. Okay, now to install this, just double click and just keep clicking yes, next, OK, install, or whatever means go forward until you're done. It'll do its thing there. Doesn't take long. It's only about a 3.7 megabyte file. When you're done, if you click your Start button here and click All Programs, you will see an Infrarecorder folder there. If you click on that, you'll see the Infrarecorder startup icon. I prefer to pin this to the taskbar, so I'm going to right-click this and put it on the taskbar here. Shows up down here. You can go ahead and close the Start button or the Start menu there. And if you click on Infrarecorder, that will open it up. Now, with the nice thing about the Disk Image Burner is that when you double-click that ISO, Disk Image Burner saw that it was an ISO and it burned it as an image, not as data. This is the thing that trips people up when they try to burn an image and don't know the difference. When you burn disk as a data, if you burn this ISO file as a data disk or to a data disk, it will not boot. You have to write it as an image. That's the trick to make sure that your image burns always produce bootable CDs when you write an image to a disk. So always write an image. So we're going to click that, and we're going to do the DVD ISO. And you want to make sure, these are all the defaults here, but make sure buffer underrun protection is checked. And you also, if you're making a DVD or a CD that you plan to have that you plan to give to others or that you plan to use to make copies of, you're generally better off not going at maximum speed. Go a couple levels just below that, because the faster you write, the fainter the image gets written to the disk. So I'm not going to use this for copying, it's just for testing, and I am to know that my system can handle maximum speed without any errors. So I'm going to go ahead and go with maximum here, and we'll just click OK. And you'll see here that there's a countdown. So you have, one of the things I like about this program is it gives you 5 seconds to cancel, and you don't waste your disk. If you don't press cancel before now, you're basically, the disk has already essentially have been written to, and it just hasn't shown up yet. What it's doing now is filling up the write buffer, which is what buffer underrun refers to. And what buffer underrun does is as you write the disk, you'll see this fluctuating between full and not so full. And the lower this gets, the slower your write speed will go. The write speed shows up here. And it slows the write speed down to prevent this buffer from ever going to 0. So I'm going to go ahead and hit pause again here, because this is going to take, this is a 3.1 gigabyte burn here, so it's going to take some time, and we'll come back when that's finished. And you'll see now it's starting to go. All right, we're going to hit pause and come back when this is done. Okay, the operation was successfully completed there, so we've now burned both of the Fedora ISOs we need. We're going to just click OK, and we're going to go ahead and close Infrarecorder. Very handy little free program. It's open source, so you're welcome to give as many copies of it to your friends as you like. Now, if you are installing Linux on a machine different from the machine you are watching this video on, as long as you've got the ISOs downloaded to your hard drive, you don't need to burn the SUSE and Ubuntu ISOs to CD. If you are doing this on the same machine, that is, not a different one, because we're going to be installing SUSE and Ubuntu as virtual machines using VirtualBox, and VirtualBox can install a virtual machine directly from an ISO file. If you're doing it on a different machine, or if you want to just be sure you can carry the software around portably, you will want to go ahead and use Infrarecorder or Disk Image Burner to burn those as well. I'm not going to go through those because the procedure is exactly the same to burn any ISO in either program. The procedure would be the same, just doing it again. So with that, I'm going to conclude this video, and we will see you on the next one. In the next video, we're going to look at using the live CD in order to test your system to make sure it works in Linux. Thanks again for watching.